A very good evening to all our viewers. Thank you for making time and be with us tonight on the evening review. My name is Toivo Njebela. Tonight on the platform we are joined by Jan van Wyk. He is leader of the United People's Movement, UPM, and also a member of parliament. He is here to talk to us about events that are transpiring in Parliament this week related to the recognition of a segment of the Baster community in Riobot, or Hardap region rather, for recognition as a traditional authority, if I understand it correctly. Jan, thank you for making time.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So what are the issues there? What is it that your community is seeking?
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. The Riobot Baster gemeente as a traditional authority has been in existence for many years.
Yeah.
Now, after independence, we lost a lot of property, including our land. In terms of Act number 5 of 2000, you need to have communal land, or you need to reside in a communal area to be recognized as a traditional authority. Now, in our case, we don't have, as the land was taken away, we do not have land to be recognized. Now, the bill was aiming at creating an instrument or law under which the Riobot Baster gemeente and some other groups can be recognized. So the bill was introduced, and the House was divided, and no explanation was given as to why Swapo doesn't want the bill to go through. But remarks from the other side, from the ruling party side, clearly indicated that no, we're not going to allow this. Now what we are saying is that 33 years down the line, we are part of Namibia. And the president is preaching about inclusivity. But the laws actually excludes us, the Riobot Basters, and some other groups. Some other groups are actually forced to fall under the jurisdiction of some other traditional authorities because of the land issue. Because they don't have land, they can't claim to be recognized. So that was the aim of the bill, was to create an instrument, a vehicle for some other groups also to get recognition and to take part in the development of this country.
Yeah.
That was actually what the bill was aiming at.
Okay. So the bill was introduced by Mark Henry Venani,
Yes.
and it didn't go through because there were members of the House who opposed for its progression.
Yes.
I can't imagine any single reason why anyone would oppose that. Is there a feeling, for example, that there is another community in Riobot that already has a traditional authority, and these members of parliament feel that you are part of that community and that you must just resort under those? Or what were some of the sentiments made as to why it shouldn't be approved?
Some of the remarks that came from the side of the ruling party was that the bill is going to instigate tribalism. Now, and we don't agree with that. You have traditional authorities across the country from the different tribes, and these groups are excluded. So what we are saying is we just want these groups also to benefit from the fruits of independence. But now we are saying that now it's going to instigate tribalism, which is not correct. Yeah. There was also a motion on the floor. It's currently on the floor with regard to reconciliation. And our feeling is that despite the claims of the ruling party that yes, we have forgive and we have forget and all those, that the ruling party is still having that grudge against us, because apparently we were puppets of the South African government. We were working together with the South African minority government to fight Swapo and all those kind of things. Those are the remarks that are coming from the ruling party. Now, if the ruling party is not prepared to reconcile, and if you look at the current motion, they've also indicated, and the ones that has objected to the private members bill are the ones that are actually also indicated that that motion should be rejected with contempt. That was the words of the Minister of Labour. Now, what we are saying is that just give us also the opportunity to develop our communities. Currently, we are also having the issue with the recognition of the captain elected, and there's currently a court case. And that actually also have a very negative impact on the business of the Reward Baster Gemeente. And people should understand there is a difference between the Reward Baster Gemeente as a traditional authority and the Reward community. It's two different entities. The Reward Baster Gemeente is association, and people are free to associate with us or not. No one is going to force them. In the last election, there was two candidates contested, but there was, as I have said, there was a court case and there was an appeal afterwards. Now, this bill is not supporting any of those candidates. The bill is trying to seek recognition for the Reward Basters as a group, and also, as I have said, some other groups. So this bill doesn't support any of those two. So people should also understand that.
So it's neutral, if
it's a neutral. Yeah, a neutral bill.
You spoke about these sentiments from the ruling party that you collaborated with the South African regime at the time and whatnot. There was another issue, I think, was it soon after independence, some sort of uprising that sought to secede Rehoboth or that community from Namibia. Of course, it didn't last, but do you think that there is fear, perhaps, that you will reorganize yourselves as a community to seek for that? Is there actually any such sentiments in your community that they still want to be autonomous and stuff like that?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I would like to assure the government that we are part of this republic. There were some issues in the past with regard to having our own homeland or whatsoever. But that is no more. I think with the new generation, we are clear on that we are part of this country, and there's no fear that we will, try to create a new republic within independent. We are not going to support anything like that. So, but I think that fear is still with the ruling party. There are still people who are of the opinion that no, if you give them their land back, they will have something to stand on. But we don't want land to fight government. We just want land to practice our culture. Yeah. Now, one of the negative things that we are sitting with is that since we don't have a recognized authority, for us to apply for resettlement funds is very, very difficult, because you need to submit a letter from your traditional leader to support your application. And since we don't have a recognized traditional authority, we are struggling. And those are the things that we are sitting with. There are some people who want to invest in Rehoboth, for example, but because of this issue of some people are saying that but if you invest you will lose, because we want our land back and then you will lose your investment. Some of those things are creating a lot of problems, and it's actually bad for not only for Rehoboth but for the country. Yeah. As we need to work together as a nation to benefit the whole nation and also the different communities.
Yeah.
We are taking away with this sort of sentiments something from some community groups. So we can assure government that no, we are part of this country and we will remain.
Yeah, absolutely. On the loss of land, who stole the Baster's land in your area? In whose hand is that land now?
Yeah, prior to independence, we had, two scenarios. We had land that was registered in the name of the Rebo government at that time. And then we had also land that was registered in the name of the Rebo Baster gemeente. So we had these two entities. Now, with independence and under Schedule 5 of the Constitution, the land that belongs to previous governments became state land. Now, we don't have a problem of the land that was registered in the name of the Rebo government. We don't have a problem with that. That was correct. But the land that was registered in the name of the Rebo Baster gemeente, that was actually private land. That was also confiscated. There was no consultation, no compensation. It was just transferred into the name of the Republic using Schedule 5. Now we are saying that that was wrong. There was a court case, but unfortunately we lost the case because of the different interpretations that people had at that time. And the proof is there. We can prove that on the 20th of March 1990, this portion of land was registered in the name of the Rebo Baster gemeente. Now afterwards, that land was transferred into the name of the Rebo regering, and then it was transferred to the name into the name of the government of Namibia. And we are saying that was wrong. That was wrong because that land at that time was private land and not land that has belonged to the Rebo regering. But it seems that people do not understand that. And as I have said, proof, we do have the proof that this was done.
So what, in practical terms, what is happening on that land today? If I was to work there, it is under whose jurisdiction, what activities are taking place there, and who is actually leading those activities?
A huge part of that land currently falls under the Rebo Town Council. The land that was expropriated was about 58,000 hectares. So, and then it was also, it was part of 301 and 302 of the current townlands. So you have, farmers, small stock farmers on this land. And we also have, at one side, you have also another traditional authority that has been resettled on that land. Now, what happened in 2009, and I will not forget that, on the 17th of August 2009, the former Minister of Local Government and Housing at that time, Honorable Jerry Kanyo, visited the Captain McNabb at that time, may his soul rest in peace. He visited us and he offered 4,600 hectares of land. And in order for us to be recognized. And we were saying that you already have on about 2,000 hectares of that land, another traditional authority resettled there. And another part of that 4,000 hectares is actually private land. So there's no way that we can take that portion of land in order to be recognized. What will you do with that people that were resettled? Will you resettle that people somewhere else? And there were no answers on that. And for that reason, we were saying that no, then we're not going to take it.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, we are living in town, and because of that, that is one of the reasons where they're saying that, but we're not going to recognize you because there's no way that you can get land to administer your own you know,
affairs.
affairs. And because of that, there is just, you know, a hole that we hit ourselves again.
Yeah.
Every time when we try to get something.
Yeah. Now going forward, Jan, what is it in practical terms that can be done? Because the land is now under the jurisdiction of the Rehoboth Town Council, and I suppose, like you said, you know, some other areas are occupied, and there are people that would have to be perhaps kicked off that land and resettled somewhere else, if at all. So in practical terms, what can actually be done at all?
I think the solution for us is to first sort out our house.
Yeah.
For us to unite, to have one leader that is recognized by us, and only then will we be able to go further, to talk to the different levels of government, to see how we can resolve this issue.
Yeah.
But since we are divided, and you know, government also doesn't know who to talk to.
Yeah.
Because now you're having a captain elected, but there is someone opposing the election, and so on. So it's also difficult for government to talk to us. So it's important for us to solve our issues in-house, and then go further and say, okay, this is now what we are having. We want now to talk to see how we can address this issue. Speaking
with one voice now, as a community.
Yeah.
So the captain, for those like myself who do not understand very well everything in that part of the country, whoever that will be a captain of what tribe and what jurisdiction?
Yeah, the captain is usually the head of the Rehoboth Baster gemeente.
Okay.
Now, the Rehoboth Basters, the paternal laws also allows other groups to apply to be members of that traditional authority. And then, of course, you have certain procedures. And there are many people who actually benefited under that paternal laws in the past. Now, because of the fact that you know, and one of the issues raised very recently is that the paternal law, apparently the paternal laws doesn't exist anymore, and we do not agree with that. According to us, the paternal laws does exist. It's valid, and usually our captain is elected in terms of the paternal laws. And then, of course, you need to be a registered a member of that association to also, you know, if you want to take part as because you also have the People's Council, you have the what we call the Captain's Council, Captain's Raad, and so on. And then you have, you know, your like other traditional authorities, your we call it a Volksraad. Now the issue also is the former Rehoboth gebied has now been sort of, it's no more the original gebied. So because a certain part is now under Khomas region, one part is in Hardap region, and so on. So it's no more the same area. So also we also need to look at how can we divide that into portions to ensure that you have a councillor for that part and a councillor for that part.
Yeah.
But you can't do that before the in-house things are solved.
Yeah.
And that is our prayer now, that we come together and that we sort out our in-house things to make sure that we move forward.
Absolutely.
Because, as I have said, people are ready to invest, but because of this infights, you know, people are scared. You invest and then you will just lose everything. So for us to get forward now is to come together, to unite and talk with one voice.
Yeah. The final question to you, Jan, is because you just spoke about also the borders between the two regions, Khomas and Hardap. I see areas like Groothoop, for example, it falls under Khomas, but on the ground there, it's actually your people that seem to be the majority there. Will the regional boundaries matter, or you can your jurisdiction can transcend into both regions if it was to be approved?
Yeah, I think if actually if you look at the Groothoop area right now, we are now in the minority.
Yeah. Oh, so really?
Yeah, we are now in the minority.
Okay.
And then of course there are also some other traditional authorities that actually claims also ownership of that area.
Oh, okay.
So those are things that we need to do, that we need to discuss. But you can only do that if you have a leadership that can attend to that.
Absolutely.
So then of course you have like the eastern side of the Hardap region. You have just a river that actually divide the Khomas and Hardap regions. And one family is living at the other side of the
river,
of the river, and the one family the side of the river. So you need to work across boundaries to make sure that you include the whole people that claims or that is prepared to associate with that authority.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and of course, people from other groups that are within that area, they are welcome. There's no way that we can chase them away.
Yeah.
And that is unfortunately one of the things that is going on the ground. And this lie is spread by political leaders saying that now if those people get back their land, they will chase you away. And that is not true.
Yeah. Uncle Jan, thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Wonderful. That's Jan van Wyk. He's leader of the United People's Movement, the UPM, and also a member of parliament, telling us about the cries of his community that seeks recognition and land. Thank you for watching.